Welcome everyone to the live stream. Today we're just going to be working on the Hardcore Iron Man. The plan is unlock Gate of Elidinis. It's going to be a really great crafting method for the Hardcore. So that is going to be the goal. Unlock that and hopefully get some drops for the Gate of Elidinis. Could be game changing, honestly. So, we're going to have to start by doing I think it's soul searching mini quest. So we talk to Trista over here. Okay. So now we need to eavesdrop. And let's begin the quest. Pretty short quest, but then we have to do another quest after this, which is the Ode to the Devourer. Also has some pretty good rewards. All right, let's go talk to Death. Welcome everyone to the stream. Just unlocking Gate of Elidinis right now. And I want to try and get a few kills. I don't think I've gotten a unique from Gate of Elidinis on any of my accounts. Probably only like 100 kills overall, but still, that would be huge. There's a lot of really good rewards to get. Obviously, the two skilling offhands are just awesome for Iron Man accounts, but the prayer book would actually be so good. Save me from having to unlock or rush unlocking Soul Split, maybe. Hey, Nugget, welcome to the stream. You guys been trying out the combat beta? There's been a lot of talk around that lately. I've sort of watched a little bit of it. I did try the beta when I was at Jagex. It was like really early when I tried it. It's much more polished now, but it still needs quite a bit more work, I think. But yeah, I think there's some good changes possibly. Just needs some more work. Yeah, I think I saw a post on Reddit about it. Like, the idea is to make combat simpler, and in a way, they're kind of not. They're kind of making it more complicated. Like, with all the different, like some abilities, I saw some abilities gain like 6% adrenaline, most of them 9%. They cost different amounts, so that part was a bit weird. I could see that being a bit confusing. But I think they're going to be refining it a lot. But you've been on old school for a few years, but never stopped claiming lamps on RS3. So you have super high stats, super low playtime. Yeah, fair enough. That's the thing with lamps. It did sort of incentivize logging in every day, but I don't like it. Even daily challenges, like I don't like the feeling of having to log in to just to get that easy XP. So we'll see. They are going to do a lot of work on DailyScape. Daniel, welcome to the stream. You really like the combat rework? Yeah, but definitely needs some more tuning. I guess I don't really use magic or melee. Like sure, maybe for like Slayer or something, but not like endgame PVM. So I don't have a great feel on those. But I do like range. Like range seems really fun with the especially with the imbued shadows, I think it is. Gaining extra adrenaline per hit. Like that I think that's a really fun mechanic. Like at least when I was testing it on the early beta, it was really fun to use. Using things like rapid shot and just gaining a bunch of adrenaline. Felt pretty good. You're probably going to make an Iron Man after most of the changes. Good idea. Yeah, I could see that being a popular thing. A lot of players making new accounts. I kind of wish I maybe held off on making this hardcore Iron Man. Like maybe waited until a lot of the changes, but I guess I started it like a long time ago, before Group Iron Man was even announced, honestly. Okay, let's drink this potion. Did you see they made teletabs to the Karazi jungle and parts of Anachronia? No, I did not. It's kind of nice, though. In a way, there's too many teleports, so I'm kind of surprised they did that. But Anachronia is just terrible to get around, so I could see that being a really good thing. Personally, I'm hoping they add like some of those unique teleports to the play around house instead. So it just gives you an incentive to actually use the play around house. I spent most of yesterday trying out ranged. Both of the imbues makes range really appealing. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, no, I'm excited for ranged. I think still needs some tweaks. I like the idea of making binds simpler. I haven't tested that part, but having like a charge for binds seems kind of nice. I'm just a little torn about the different costs for all these abilities. Like some abilities requiring 15% adrenaline, others 20, 25, like 40. It's like right now you just know like a threshold ability costs 15. They're all the same. It's easy to remember. But I don't know, memorizing all the adrenaline costs just seems like it does complicate things a bit. All right, that should be soul searching done. So now we can move on to the next quest, Ode of the Devourer. I think the Khazari jungle did have a fairy ring on it, I think. So that, I mean, there at least was some way to get there. But yeah, Anachronia's nice, near Osseous. Any thoughts as to what they might do with construction to make it useful in RS3? With lodestones and Wars Retreat. I struggle to see how the house could be useful. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they have to remove some things. Like, I mean, PVM Hub is like basically given to you for free. Sure, you need some boss kills to unlock some of it, but it's weird. Like maybe that should be locked behind player own house. I could see them maybe adding some maybe new teleports to it to make it useful, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say. A lot of people want the player in house rework, but I don't know how they can really make it useful. So we'll have to see there. And maybe adding like Fort 4 and 3 has all its special buffs and everything. I mean, they're not going to remove Fort 4 and 3. It's pretty new, but yeah, I don't know. Even adding that, like it's like nice. Fort 4 and 3 is nice because people gather and you see people. Whereas if you're in your playground house, it's instanced. So like in old school, you probably want it to be more of a temporary thing. Like you go there in between kills and recharge, just like PVM Hub. Yeah, I don't know. I think they have to remove something. I think that's the play. And just rework that reward into player and house. Okay, there's the cabbage dummy. Ode to the Devourer. So this gives me 50k mining, 50k agility, which is very nice. Some divination and crafting. You could see more specific teleports being a part of the POH. Yeah, I think that's definitely something they could do. But again, maybe removing some teleports. Because I'm removing some of the banks. Like, there's banks literally everywhere on the map. Like right here in 443. Like, why is there 4 banks? It's just ridiculous. I never understood why there was a bank right there. Yeah, go to your own little custom space to PVM. Yeah, I mean, just in between trips. I could see that being a thing, possibly. Okay, what's the next step to this quest? Go to the command center. Gotta be a bit careful I don't die, too. Honestly, let's wear that sign of life. I think part of this quest is safe death anyway, so it should be fine. But I'll focus up on the PVM parts. You want to feel rewarding when you unlock a new teleport near a bank. Yeah, like old school. Like there's just certain banks or teleports that feel really good because it's close to a bank. Whereas like RS3, you literally just teleport to the PVM hub and there's a bank right there. And you just unlock this for like level 60 combat and 10 boss kills. I'm pretty sure this part is combat. So I do need... Always forget ectoplasm. And let's get equilibrium. I'm actually so excited for auras to be gone. Let's go Alcarid. They're always one click away from a bank. Think with Critya back, the Gim will come back. Or no thanks to Chev. Tough to say. We kind of all stopped playing the Gim. I think I might have been the last person to stop. I mean, I enjoyed it. I would be open to playing it again. But yeah, we'll see. I think with all the changes, like with Haven Height and a lot of the early game changes, combat rework or modernization, it's possible. I mean, we could pick it up again. Especially if, like, I think the Gim, people weren't as excited about it anymore either. Like, I know the videos, just view-wise, they weren't doing as well after a few months in. But, you know, I had a lot of fun with it, so I'm planning on maybe bringing it up with them again and seeing if they want to start playing some Gim again. But I do have the Hardcore Iron Man for now, so that is also going to be pretty fun. Oh yeah, I was pretty nice to see Critya back. Yeah, his Path of Titans video. Yeah, no, I think just right now it's a good time to play RuneScape. There's a lot of hype around it. I think there's even been some talk of some old school creators trying it out maybe next year once all these changes are in place. So I think there's, some potential that the game could actually grow for the first time in a long time. It's pretty exciting. Hey Raw, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's been a while since I streamed, hasn't it? I streamed that there was like a challenge I did a while ago, probably the last one. Yeah, planning to get back into streams a little bit, but I'm also just pretty excited about RuneScape right now, so I've been making a lot more content than usual. And yeah, I just think it's a really good time for the game. You guys have probably seen that too, like maybe some friends of yours have started playing. I mean, even if you look on like Reddit or something, there's always a post of some new player. Like, seems like they're completely new to the game, just trying it out. So that's kind of awesome. Are you back to playing some RS3 Raw? You've been kind of off and on with it, I think. Yeah, once you go Iron Man, you can't go back. Yeah, I am really enjoying Iron Man. Although part of me wants to go back to my main because I want to. I mean, I do have like Reaper Crew, Completionist Cape, but there are a lot of bosses I don't have too much experience with. So I might actually try and improve PVM, go for combat achievements or something. But eventually, do it on the iron because it's just so much more rewarding, I think. Oh, you're back on the group iron? Very nice. Is your group back too? Because that seems to be the problem with a lot of group irons. You'll have the rest of the team quit on you. RuneScape is a game with lots of breaks. Oh, Nugget, you saw a post that made you pretty happy in Reddit. Someone on Reddit was asking, oh, what these pieces of lobster paper were. Yeah, I saw that one too. Like, yeah, that is so nice. And it's even nice that, part of the community is just helping people out. They see someone new and they'll just hand them some loot to help them out. Yeah, no. Yeah, like, haven't seen posts like that on Reddit, on the RuneScape 3 subreddit, at least for a long time. And hopefully it gets even better, like, once these changes are actually put in place. The group is not back, unfortunately, so basically playing it as a solo iron. Yeah, that's just more bank space, right? So, and also all the auras, which is very nice. That's something I kind of miss from my group iron. All right. Lazy Farmer, welcome to the stream. You logged in for the first time in years. Nice to see bonds actually dropping. Yeah. I don't know if it'll stay where it's at. Like, I haven't checked since I made that short about bond prices. But I wouldn't be surprised if they creep back up to maybe 120, 130 mil. But it would be nice to see them at like 100 mil. Makes sense, people were buying them for keys. At least somewhat. All right, what's next for this quest? Okay, crawl onto this cart over here. You're playing a 2-man gim, but my friend got banned twice, so it's a solo run now. Trying to unlock Raziel still, so forced you to grind Arc and Dun. Yeah. The archaeology grind was brutal. I was kind of happy that I was able to take advantage of the Halloween event on this account, because I did complete the archaeology grind on the group Ironman like right before the group quit, and it took like a month of just AFKing. So it's pretty brutal. And then dungeoneering, yeah, not my favorite skill. Although on the roadmap they did talk about how'd they put it, modernization or reworking some things. I do think dungeoneering like could be a possibility if the community wants that. Now, I would like to see that. Like it would make sense to add necromancy to dungeoneering. I don't know, just fix some of the bugs, some of the bosses. I think that would be pretty good. Because a lot of old school players even like dungeoneering. Like they kind of want it in old school, some of them. So I could see that being kind of popular with some players. All right, we go back to the city of Dakota, welcome. You're scared to try Raziel. He is hard. He is very hard. I remember when Necromancy was released and the first time fighting Raziel, I did think it was one of the hardest bosses. Not anymore, maybe, but just the idea that he does so much damage and it's kind of unavoidable. Like you just have to deal damage faster and use Soul Split. Like it's quite difficult. I found when I was learning, I found using the tank armor was really helpful in learning. But you'll need things like the Zuck cape and basic necromancy rotations. Took weeks to do a Zuck kill for the cape. Yeah, no, Zuck is hard. Pretty satisfying when you get that cape. Okay, I think there's some more combat here. Should be ready for it. Okay, let's continue. Daniel, you got 5 Raziel kills half a year ago, but never want to go back. Yeah, fair enough. It is a pretty quick boss fight, though, once you get it down, like 2-minute kills. Yeah, I have probably 450, 500 Raziel kills. I got lucky and got both of the weapons fairly early on my main, which was nice, rather than buying them. Maybe you should get Soul Split first. Yeah, I probably would. Either get Soul Split or maybe the prayer book from Gate of Elidinis, Eclipse Soul, I think it is. Maybe that would work. But no, Soul Split would be pretty important. Is it necessary to have COE? What's COE? I hope you have great RNG at the gate when you go. Your iron feels cursed. 800 KC, 3 attuners, 4 Prey Codex, 13 offerings, no Dowser or book. Yeah, Dowser or book are probably the most important. I wouldn't mind the Prayer Codex, though. Oh, Conservation of Energy? Definitely nice to have. Definitely nice to have, just because it adds an extra Death Skulls in your rotation. I mean, could be done without, but if you're going to grind out a few hundred kills, probably good to get it first, maybe. Just make archaeology your AFK skill, I guess. Okay, so I think we go back to the fort now. You don't think you can even do Grace of the Elves yet. Definitely recommend Conservation of Energy and Berserker's Fury. Yeah, Berserker's Fury is pretty good. You are like low health quite often. Honestly, the combat beta changes, like it's not really for necromancy, but the solid food change would be nice for Raziel. Okay, to Elidinis. There is a quite a long quest line to unlock it, but I tend to focus on it just because I don't want to get crafting supplies. So I'll just use the gate to train crafting, probably up to like 85. And then there's some moonstone jewelry that I can make, which reminds me, I should see how many moonstones I even have. Although, okay, yeah, moonstones are like a 1 in 80, 1 in 90 from the gate, so that's not too bad. Same with an Onyx. I'll need an Onyx for the tier 90 necromancy gear. Tier 90 tank task. Yeah, invention is near impossible with permanent energy camping. Yeah, the memory dowser is just so important for irons. How long did you grind out 86 arc? On the GIM, I would say it took 3 weeks to a month. But honestly, like level 40 to maybe 60, 70 is maybe the longer part. Hey, Arc is a perfect skill to train with a newborn. Nice AFK skill. Alright, so continue with the Ode to Devour portal southwest of the Calphite Hive. Also, if anyone is looking to join the clan, just let me know and I can send a quick invite. Trying to grow the clan again. I had it, I focused on it quite a bit, maybe, it's probably been like 4 or 5 years ago now. But, want to rebuild it now. You actually got your levels quicker later. Yeah, I found that too. Tetra compasses were pretty clutch. And it's always feels so good when you get one of those complete tomes. When I was doing the Halloween event in that AFK arc spot, I got so many Tetra compass pieces, but also like 10 complete tomes or something like that. Okay, portal southwest. Okay, right over there. I think I have, yeah, I do have quite a few Tetra compasses on this account because I didn't use them from the Halloween event. Maybe eventually. I really wish they added some different training method to archaeology though. Like the AFK is just kind of boring. Be nice if there was some active, like really active method to gain XP faster, but you know, the problem is you kind of just need to complete relics, like for the guildmaster qualifications and all that. But it'd be nice if there was some change to that. Daniel, you've been AFKing archaeology for the last weeks. Could finally hand in 126 collections of Dragonkin 2. Is that for a Tetra Compass piece, probably? So like 30 Tetras. Would be very fun. Are you guys mostly irons? I always did I think it was, yeah, one of the Red Rum relics collections on my main. Alright, so there should be a portal somewhere here. Iron Man all the way. Best way to enjoy the game. Yeah, no, I agree. It definitely feels much more enjoyable. Especially like if we can get that quest helper with the plugins later this year. That would be so nice. Because I mean, I do have quite a few quests on this account, 161 quest points. But to grind out some of the other quests, I really don't want to. And for like the completionist cape on my main last year, I think I had to complete like 80 quests. So just not looking forward to that again. What is going on? That is such a bug. I think. Okay, what's the goal here? Talk to Father Salmon. And I can't see anything. Okay, that fixes it. Okay. This guy right here. Yeah, Quest Helper would be so good. I think a lot of players would make new accounts with Quest Helper. I'm a little concerned about it though, because even old school seems to be having a hard time like integrating, I don't know, the API stuff into their official client. So I really hope it's not delayed. It's probably the thing I'm most excited for on that roadmap. You've like 1.1 bill XP, only 308 quest points on Iron. Yeah, man, quests are annoying. They really are. Okay, talk to Ali Morrison Northeast. There he is. Yeah, I think the plugins will come sooner than later. So a lot of exciting things on the roadmap. Like hopefully it's not the very end of the year. Even like in the fall, that would be pretty good. Okay, 2. Do I use Alt 1? I do have it installed. I don't think it's working right now. I don't think they've updated, yeah. They haven't seemed to update it since the UI changed. At least my XP meter is not working. And I think same with like the clue scroll plugin. It doesn't really work. Maybe it sometimes does. Yeah, I don't know how fast they'll fix it either. So yeah, we'll have to see. But Alt 1 is pretty nice. I mean, I would use it for clues anytime I do that, but I don't do clues very often. And it is nice just for the XP meter, but that's mainly for videos and stuff. You've never used Alt 1, but you wanted to knock out a few hundred clues. Yeah, probably best to wait to see if they update it. Just need a Totem of Treasure, and that'll be the last buff for the time you need. They're probably not wanting to spend too much time on it with Jagex announcing plugin integration. That's true. Yeah, people won't be using Alt 1 once plugins are in the game. And hopefully, like, I think Jagex might just be like allowing the community to make plugins, like adding that functionality. So hopefully hopefully, you know, there's a lot of people in the community that are willing to make those plugins. And we don't have to wait extra long for those to be developed. But I don't think so. And maybe they can even be like ported from RuneLite or something. All right. Where is... And I have such a hard... There he is. Okay. Yeah, Clue Solver isn't working right now. Yeah, and the UI changes, what was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago now? Almost 2 weeks ago. I'm surprised even just the XP meter's not working. I mean, like, the UI changed, but not really. It's mainly just color. We'll see. We'll see when that's fixed. Okay, I think... Okay, we go to Fort 4 and 3. Is there a date for the combat beta to go on live servers? I don't think so. Apparently the beta is lasting like 3 weeks. So I would expect... I mean, I kind of thought they were going to put the change in February, but maybe not. But I would expect it to go live in the main servers in maybe a month or two. Just hoping it's enough time for them to like smooth it out. Like, I don't want them to rush it at all. It's combat is pretty important in RuneScape, so... Okay, let's go to the ritual site. Is there a better way of training dungeoneering than actual floors? Well, I guess since you have the archaeology level, you could AFK train dungeoneering through the collections, like getting tokens and then spending those. It's an option. It's very slow XP. It's either that or you do elite dungeons. There was a method where you could do like the mini boss in the Zamorak elite dungeon, I guess. Not really an elite dungeon, but defeat that Hellhound, Cerberus, and you get like 5k tokens, and you can just get 5k dungeoneering XP with that. So there are some alternatives. Yeah, no official date for the release, but beta is going to run until February 16th. Be nice when they fix it, since Necro came out. All other combats have been dead content. Yeah, they're just out of date. I mean, I think at the end game, Necro is the weakest combat style right now, actually. It's just really complicated to use the other ones. Plus, plus, I guess early mid-game, Necro is just so overpowered compared to the other three. Okay, search the northwestern and southeastern Forgotten Warriors. So this one. Okay, now talk to Zemregal. Yeah, Cerberus is... I mean, I think it could be faster than 5 minutes. But with Cerberus, you deal more damage if you're close to him. So, like, every once in a while, you might want to step close, like, right next to him. Use Devotion, protect from melee, and try and deal big damage there. Okay, use the rune on the ritual marker. Then use the dagger. Okay. But it's nice, like, even if the XP is like 60k an hour, it's maybe more enjoyable than Dungeoneering. Plus, you can get a Hellhound task and get some Slayer XP. Okay, so I think it's time to actually do Gate of Elidinis. Okay, so we don't want that. I'm pretty sure I have to fight something, though. Yeah, combat equipment for next part. Okay, let's just do this. Let's bring more food. Actually, I don't know. Which quest is this? It is Ode to the Devourer, so the quest to unlock Gate of Elidinis. Good luck at Nakatra. What's your kill count? I got like one shard at like 25, 30 KC. But I'm up to like maybe 120, 130 KC. So it's still just the one shard. May the spoon be with you. All right, so we're going to be taking on Gate of Elidinis. Okay, let's pull up the quest guide again. So, it says carry almost an empty backpack, but I don't have a Beast of Burden. Okay, we'll continue. Again, I think this is all a safe encounter, which is kind of weird. Like Hardcore Iron Man, it almost shouldn't have safe encounters like this. It's kind of weird. What's this? Not sure I should be looking at this right now. Okay. Okay, now we can enter. You only really want to do Gate of Elidinis for the energy drops. Yeah, there are some nice drops from Gate of Elidinis. I think they made the table around Iron Man. I don't know, there's a lot of nice stuff. Like, trains crafting, a little bit of construction, mining, divination, agility. All right, enter. So we literally just start. Okay. Yeah, this is basically going to be my crafting method for a while. Because I'm pretty sure you don't die. That's going to be a little sketchy to test, but it does say safe on the wiki. There are Reddit posts saying it's safe. Pretty sure you don't go to death's office, so... Yeah, it is safe death. Yeah, it's still, though, still just kind of scary doing it the first time on a hardcore. Can confirm. Okay. Yeah, it's probably just going to be my crafting method to like 85. That's what I did on the GIM too. I think I gave everyone else my dragon hide. Hey, Iron Araxer, welcome to the stream. Following the group Iron Man path on the hardcore. You thought you were the only one with gate unlocked on GIM? I unlocked it right at the end when we stopped playing. So I got like 80 crafting from it at the very end. I would have helped you with that memory dowser grind. Elder Runite Enjoyer, welcome to the stream. You did 80 crafting at gemstones? Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing that. Just take way too long. Man, I haven't done this in so long. There's the button. Okay. I'm going to do like 4 or 5 rotations just because I don't have the inventory space. Oh, you got the Eclipse Soul? That is kind of huge, especially for Magic. Maybe we could start up the GIM. I did get a question earlier about that. Have to get Chev on board. He was the first one that quit. Yeah, with combat changes and Haven height, it could be kind of fun. I could switch, well, I don't know. We probably wouldn't even do the combat locked thing. Although it does kind of make sense. Any plans for a vid about the combat beta? Interested in hearing how different the beta was from the Jagex demo? Yeah, I am planning on doing that, checking it out. I do think it's just more polished than the one at Jagex. I think ranged seems fairly similar, but magic, and especially magic, I guess, is a lot has a lot of fine tuning done to it. But a lot of the things maybe were similar, like the food adrenaline change and the ranged abilities, imbue gales, imbue shadows. That was there. I think there's a decent method involving 99 dungeoneering. Okay, yeah, this should finish it. I'll finish reading that after this. A decent method involving 99 dungeoneering, iron dropping cape for other iron, to sell and get crafting supplies in a floor. Oh, that sounds a little bit like bug abuse, though. Yeah, it can be costly. Yeah, every style catching up to Necro will be really nice. Thank you for that, Elder Runite Joyer. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun making the videos and just slowly improving them over time. But yeah, the quality is so much better than a few years ago, even. I'd say maybe 3 years ago is when the quality really started to improve. Hey, welcome to the stream, Wings of Absurdity. Just unlocking Gate of Elidinis on the hardcore. Oh yeah, the skybox. Yeah, it should be pretty dark in here, shouldn't it? All right. I didn't bring any prayer pots. Probably should have. Prayer pots are hard to come by on the early game iron. This is getting a little sketchy, honestly. Okay. I think there's some gorillas that are supposed to spawn. Okay, there we go. Okay. we done? Not yet. All right, there we go. "30 seconds isn't enough time for a screenshot with angry gorillas." Yeah, you can get some pretty good screenshots for some of these cutscenes. So what were your thoughts on the combat beta? I checked out part of your stream yesterday, Wings. I think I like, well, I just love the imbued shadows ability. But I think, I don't know, maybe it's good to have all the switchscape and endgame ranged, but I would kind of like that to be a bit less. Die. Man, that is a nice master glow for Mr. Iron Araxer. Got to get that that video out. Okay, back to Fort 4 and 3 now. These quest rewards are pretty nice too. Even the amulet, I think, gives like 3% more crafting XP or something. So yeah, imbued shadows is awesome, very good for running through elite dungeons with decimation. Oh yeah, decimation would be crazy good with it. I didn't even think of that. I just loved it, like the adrenaline gain with Gricko, rapid shot, even dead shot was pretty good. Though if their goal is to remove reliance on EOF for range, yeah, update did the opposite. True. Yeah, that is true. I really think it would be cool to, like, rather than an EOF, convert the special attack into an actual ability. But maybe, you know, you wouldn't want to do that with every weapon special attack. Yeah, there's Ode to the Devourer completed. We got a bunch of XP lamps, access to the Gate of Elidinis, and our best crafting method. And that's how we're going to get to probably mid-80s. Get a few crafting levels with the XP lamp. Very nice. And the amulet's kind of nice too. 3% crafting and fletching XP. So now we'll head back and do some Gate of Elidinis. It would be nice to have a Beast of Burden, but we don't. I don't even think I have too many charms either. Unfortunately, Archglacier has been nerfed. So we'll just bring some food, we'll get some slow kills. It'll be fine. Let's see, probably, I don't know, we probably don't even need that much food. And we'll switch to the Diviner's outfit, because I don't have a mining outfit. And that's probably good. don't think I have this. Oh, do I have the second boss portal? Why does it feel like Nicotra's drops are worse than the other two? Yeah, it's like you either get a shard or nothing. Even the weapons are pretty cheap now. I was lucky doing it all or mostly on release. So I got a ton of weapons and sold them for like a few 100 mil each. Yeah, the commons are terrible. Oh, really? I didn't know there was just a game-breaking glitch in Dungeoneering like that. Yeah, that's terrible. Hey, Wings, welcome. Doing some Sanctum of Rebirth, I guess. All right, let's do some Gate of Elidinis. You wanna team up? Join? I'll do max players 3. If you would like to join. Honestly, probably help out. Like, without this Beast of Burden, these skills are slow. What did you do? I thought you just disappeared for a minute. Oh, I didn't even notice. Is that some like emote or something that does that? Okay, okay. And again, yeah, if anyone wants to join the Discord or the clan, just let me know. I am starting to grow the clan again, so we are recruiting. It isn't as active as it once was, but it's getting up there again. Yeah, I figure I'll probably be here for like a long time. Could go for like a few 100 kills, and then we'll do some AFK training here as well. Yeah, the agility XP is kind of nice too. But we're going to get some pretty slow kills. Hey Sky, welcome to the stream. Would you recommend for training crafting at level 3? Oh, what would you recommend at level 83? At level 83, I guess personally, I would probably still train at Gate of Elidinis. The XP does scale based on your level, so that part's nice, but you'll probably gain a few 100,000 XP per hour. I can't quite remember, like could be like, I think it should be over 200k. But it's either that or I'd start doing like Carapac if you are comfortable with bossing and have the levels and all that. Because you get like some dragon hide, I think some dragon stones, although they did change the drop table since I did the GIM. But I know that's where we got a lot of crafting supplies, was Carapac going for a codex for the spooter. So, yeah, either one of those. Nice part about Gate of Elidinis is it's AFK too, so like you literally just go in, craft until you die, and repeat. There is also the Iron Araxer method where you train crafting through through dungeoneering, but not many people like that method. Yeah, dungeoneering is a pretty good way to train crafting, especially early levels. Probably not so good at level 83 though. But you know, you could. Yeah, it's either that or like gemstones. Like if you have a Grace of the Elves, gemstones wouldn't be that bad. Although you'd go through a lot of charges. Okay, yeah, we need a few more. Yeah, I kind of like Gate of Elidinis on an iron, especially like earlier mid game. You get pretty good XP for a lot of skills and some more annoying ones too. Okay, that should be kill number 1. Let's see what we get. Six minutes. Ugh. Moonstone dust. Alkables. Not bad. Let's repeat. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to unlock a Beast of Burden at some point. Because this is a bit too slow. Alright, let's see it. What is that? Using some item on me? Must be. Some item. Keep the secret safe, I guess. Want to duo? Question mark? You can duo as an iron, right? Creepy doll? I don't even know where you can get that. Maybe quest item? Alright, let's head in there. So yeah, for the AFK method, literally just start the encounter and just do this. And the XP is pretty good, like 65, and I think it's every 2 ticks. So if I was to do the XP per hour, it should be like over 100k. Just good for level 63. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the dungeoneering grind. That's probably going to be after after the Zuck Cape. And we'll see if people are still liking the hardcore series. We might continue it after Zuck. There's a few other... Oh my god. Again, it should be a safe death, but very scary. I think irons can do group down, like iron and iron. I think. But not with mains. Maybe not even with, probably not with like competitive group Iron Man either. So yeah, I'll have to do solo dungeoneering. I could definitely see myself doing some alternative dungeoneering method though, like Cerberus or maybe even the archaeology method. I am not a dungeoneering fan. Didn't mind it as much on my main at like a high level though, just because the XP rates were crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, these kill times are not very good. It does scale with your mining level too. But I think Beast of Burden would be the biggest upgrade. So that's probably something I'll have to try and focus on. I do have some charms, probably not enough to get to like 68 or something. I'm gonna have to try and get something. This is slow. Like at this rate, I'm like 10 kills an hour. Jeez, use my sign of life there. Okay, kill number 2. A sub 6 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy if I can actually get a drop. The Moonstone Dust, I didn't realize it was so common. So you need 91 divination to convert it to a Moonstone. So yeah, that's gonna be a while. Although, I guess the +6 boost, I could get that kind of soon. Yeah. What's a Spirit Terror Birdie? Like, honestly, even that would help. Nah, I'm gonna have to make something. Yeah, let's take a look. So Beast of Burden. Okay, Beast of Burden. We got level 13 holds 3 slots. 25 holds 6 slots. A Bull Ant level 40, 9. I actually can make one of these. I'm gonna do it. Potato Cactus. I don't think anyone has ever used a Spirit Calphite pouch. Oh my god, they're blue charms. You know, whatever. Let's do some of them. Let's make like 14. This should help slightly. And then I guess the plan would be level it to ideally level 67. Used to bring the Bunyip all the time. What level's Bunyip? Good for the passive healing. What was that? Is there a shooting star nearby? Oh, you don't get XP for finding them first, do you? I feel like you might. No, you don't. Unfortunate. Pretty good XP though if I was AFK this. Yeah, Bunyip might be good. Let's see what level Bunyips are. Bunyip pouch is also, okay, level 68. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. Like 67 for the War Tortoise. 500k XP. Yeah, Shooting Star, World 44, Taverley. It's a call out. I think, yeah, I thought there was a bonus. I feel like the first layer is really good XP or something too. Like 200 XP a hit's pretty good. Hopefully they change these to be like just a training method like an old school. I don't like how they restrict to like a few per, is it per day or per week? I didn't even know you could teleport here some way. And have you guys playing Dead Man on old school? Because I honestly considered that. I still might try it out. I'm like pretty pretty bad at PvP in old school, so I could see it being quite frustrating for myself. Oh, that was the golden telly. There's bonus for being the first person to interact, and the XP is higher the bigger the star is. 2 per day, maybe 3. Yeah, yeah. I figure I'll do the first layer, just get some mining XP. It will also help with Gate of Elidinis. Do the whole thing. Is it good to do? You get a mining buff, I think, right? Oh, I wonder if the mining buff helps with Gate of Litness. Maybe worth the try. Oh, asking for a clan invite. What's username? I should allow everyone to maybe invite, or certain people. Honestly, yeah, okay. Mining buff, 152 cosmics, astrals, gold spirits. That stuff's pretty good. Another hardcore iron. Nice cow outfit. What even is that? Bullsmith outfit. Interesting. Turn on. Yeah, I'll probably try out the combat beta later too. I don't think I can give very good feedback on melee and magic, but I guess we'll try them all out. Tempted to buy best in slot ranged on my main too, like in anticipation of the update, like when it actually drops to the live game, because I could see myself switching back to ranged. It was my preferred combat style before Necro. range dries up. It does seem complicated to use, but I guess as in like an end game ranged player, would you say it's end game ranged is easier or harder with the changes in the beta? That would be interesting to know. I guess you said there's more, like even more switches now. I wonder how like optional the switches are too. Like, is the DPS like much better with all these extra switches? Like, I bet like SGB is probably like always optimal to use on large targets and stuff, and EOF is kind of needed. Mash whatever abilities come to my head in the heat of the moment. Yeah. It seems hard. It does, honestly. There's a lot to keep track of, especially if you're like, I don't know, pretty sweaty and keeping track of like rain, like the arrow buffs and everything. You can't full arrows. Yeah, just less to keep track of with full. I don't know, range seems pretty complex. I guess you could really dive in deep to get a little bit more damage out, which is kind of exciting. So like what is next on the roadmap anyway, or on the calendar? We have that new quest coming next week. But what is after that? Yes, after that, I guess Haven Height in spring. And balancing update. I'm looking forward to that for the early game. Jimmy, you've always enjoyed range, so you're excited for the changes. Yeah, I think it'll be really good. I still think they need to maybe improve early mid game a little bit more. I noticed with melee, they got actually I guess I'll finish the rock. With melee, they got a bit of healing with the flurry ability, which is kind of nice. And I think all combat styles need that. Like flurry really reminded me of Blood Siphon in a way, like an AoE type ability where you heal a bit. Although I think what they had was like you heal 4% of your damage dealt plus 25, whereas Blood Siphon is like heal 70% of the damage dealt. Like it's not even comparable. So I'd like to see some better lifesteal, especially removing Vampirism Aura. But I could see them doing some sort of alternate Vampirism Aura, like some item or something. I don't know. Okay, we got some Spirit Calphite pouches. And I wish I didn't feel the need to do the hourly wildy event, but I do. The XP is just crazy. Like, I think they're talking about removing some of this stuff, but like honestly, another fix would just be completely nerf the XP rates. I think it needs to be a combination of both, honestly. Like they don't maybe need to get rid of every daily, although hourlies are pretty bad. But I guess maybe not every like D&D, but definitely nerf them a bit. You didn't do much flash events on leagues. I felt like it was necessary. The XP was insane on leagues. Like 500,000 XP for like a 5-minute event. And then like your game lagged because like literally everyone on the world was there. It was interesting. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll have that fixed for Leagues 2. Leagues 2 is going to be exciting because I didn't really enjoy Leagues 1 that much. I didn't play it very much either because it was just so grindy, and it was right when I started this account. So I just decided to play this account instead. Right, I have enough to complete the Wildy event. I do that all the time too, just forget the Wildy event. Yeah, I'm a little concerned of the birdhouses that they were teasing for Haven Height. Like that's, I know a lot of old school people hate birdhouses in old school just because it does give you that FOMO in a way. Like on my iron, I literally, if I logged in right now in old school, I'm right beside a birdhouse. And I'll do my birdhouse run and I'll log off again. Just because it's, I don't know, pretty good hunter XP for like very little effort, especially early levels. All right, let's do some more Gate of Elidinis. This thing lasts 16 minutes is all. That's not very good. That's probably not worth it at all. We can get 2 kills per. Yeah, birdhouses are really good for XP, and I guess the seeds are nice for irons. But I still kind of wish they weren't part of the game. Just that whole hourly thing, I don't know. It seems very counterintuitive to them removing DailyScape or overhauling it and then adding it. The point is that they make you take time out of, take time out of whatever you're doing to go do them. And I can see, I can see myself doing that. Like, oh, my birdhouse is ready. If you're being optimal. Like, I know in old school people have the little Runelight timers, and when their birdhouse is ready, they stop whatever they're doing, they go do their birdhouse run and continue. So, I don't know, I'm not too excited about that. I think it would be okay if maybe instead of giving really good XP like it does in old school, like just nerf the XP. Like it's not good XP at all, but you just get seeds out of it or something. I could see people not maybe doing it as much. You just go when you feel like, yeah, and that's one opinion people have is you just do it when you feel like it. But people that are trying to be efficient, which I would argue everyone really tries to be efficient, it like just feels bad that you aren't going to do it, maybe. Definitely a lot different from wildy events where you have to do it every hour on the hour. Like you can choose to just still do it whenever you want, but efficiently would be every hour. I should also make some tank gear for this. That is going to be my plan, to make tier 70 tank gear. Probably eventually tier 90 tank gear for Zuck. We'll see. What's the difference between birdhouses and farm runs? That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess they're pretty similar, right? I guess with farm runs, yeah, farm runs, I guess I'd argue like tree runs are the meta XP for farming. Tree runs, like your player on farms, it's a lot of maybe 16-hour things rather than every hour. And then herb runs is really more for supplies. But yeah, very similar. That's a good point. Yeah, let's just do an extra cycle. This boss is a bit of a pain at times. Honestly, I think that tank armor would be so helpful, though. Get up over 10,000 health. So Matthews, you say I see a world where it's going to be similar to how making the fertilizer at Anachronia is, where you just run between areas, gather the stuff, and then run in like a loop. Yeah, it could be. I guess very similar to that, or like a farm run. I just hope it's not like crazy good Hunter XP, where you feel like that's how you have to train Hunter to be efficient. What's the most exciting update you're looking forward to? Has to be plugins, honestly. It's just, I mean, it's not really like adding content, but plugins have add so much quality of life that I would just love. But, you know, Haven Heights should be pretty cool. Part 1, I'm a little, you know, it is more early mid-game. I think that's something the game really needs, is really improve early and mid-game. I think that's why old school has been so successful, is they focus on that. So I'm happy about it, but it's maybe not so much for me. Maybe a little bit on the hardcore Iron Man, but even then I think I'm past early game, maybe. We'll see. Player in house, that should be cool. Again, I think they're going to have to find some ways to make it worthwhile. Oh my god, we actually got the Onyx. That's like a 1 in 80, 1 in 90, and it is needed for the tier 90 necro upgrade, so that's a huge drop. That is a really good drop. I was gonna stay here till I got an Onyx, so it's crazy I got it on kill, what, like 3? Very nice. Yeah, but you're right. Like there is a lot of DailyScape to fix. So you're saying like shop runs, will the events, ports, caches. I'm pretty sure caches are going to be just an alternate divination training method, which I think is a great change. But I do think the plan, like it's kind of exciting, like that Jagex does see a lot of those problems, and I think they are actually going to fix them pretty well. So I'm excited for it. Yeah, it could be terrible Hunter XP, but it still could be optimal for low level. That's true. Like level 1 to 30 Hunter is brutal. But once you get to level 30, the whirligigs are just insane XP. And they just get better and better. Yeah, whirligigs kind of broke Hunter, I think. It's like the meta for training Hunter, I think, the entire time. Yeah, I don't even think Big Game Hunter can compete with the XP rates. Yeah, you're saying until Big Game Hunter, it's the worst skill in the game? You're including agility and divination is better? Yeah, I don't... maybe I don't mind whirligigs that much. I definitely dislike agility more. But it would be nice if there's more variety. Like, I think the... Ooh, that's... Okay, that was close. I was about to take some damage. But the Hunter Rumors in Old School, that is such a good update. It's like, it's pretty good XP because the Hunter Rumor gives you XP when you finish. And it like revives all these really weird Hunter methods. You just go around basically like a Slayer task training Hunter. The reward's really good for Iron Man too. So honestly, things like that would be pretty good. Yeah, I really enjoy Big Game Hunter. I think it's the best. I'd call it a skilling boss, even though it's not officially a skilling boss. It's like the best skilling boss or skilling content I think they've made. I think a lot of people like it. Yeah, but on the roadmap, I would say I'm almost more excited for the integrity part of the roadmap rather than the content part. I think we need a lot of the content that they're putting in, like the early mid-game stuff. But no, I think integrity stuff is just huge. Like even the small things, like they're totally, I guess, they're doing a bunch of balancing updates for early game, mid game, and then end game later in the year, which I'm assuming is just improving XP rates, like rebalancing them. Yeah, a lot of really nice stuff on there. Guess I'm looking at it right now. Like, what else is there? Free rune metrics. That is nice. Got aura overhaul, DailyScape, combat modernization. Like that's huge. GE improvements later in the year in the summer. I don't understand why they can't be fully transparent with the GE. So I really hope we see that. Like literally all the bid and ask offers. Just let us see it, you know? You're worried about the aura changes? Really? Why? Like, I get that it's going to reduce the power for the combat styles, but I think the 120 increase, while the plan is to offset it, if not make you like a tiny bit more powerful. And I just hate like having to wait for auras to be ready to go. I will miss Vampirism and Penance. But honestly, that's a whole other discussion, is like, should combat be as AFK as it is? Probably not. Yeah, people value auras like Vampirism. Yeah, I think they should just make an item that gives you Vampirism's effect. It could be like a cape slot, a boot slot, glove slot, something like that. And that way you don't have to wait for it to be recharged. There's no loyalty points shop for it. You know, just some item that does it. Could even do the same thing for Penance. And then there should be no need for like all the damaging auras, Mahara, Reckless, that kind of thing. Like if endgame PVM, if the damage is very similar to like with the 120s, shouldn't even notice. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay, let's see what we get. Blue Dragon Hides, crafting XP. Not bad. Honestly, the alchables here are going to be decent. My familiar's going down. I do think it's been worth having. Even though it can only hold 6 items. These are counting as boss kills too, right? Yeah. Be nice to unlock the Altar of War. Vamp and Penance are both replaceable with Sarah. Godstar passive. True. You like Inspiration? Maybe they fix it so like combat just doesn't, I don't know. I mean, like they are increasing basic abilities to have 9% a trend gain. Like maybe that kind of fixes it. You know, gets it to a point where you don't need auras to make combat feel good. That's my hope, at least. I am a bit afraid of, kind of like what you said, them deleting auras and having nothing to replace them. I think they need to replace them like as they delete them. So like add some items that replace Vampirism and Penance. I guess they're, you know, they're doing the combat modernization, which should replace a lot of the combat ones. I don't know. I think I'm in the camp that it's a good thing. Yeah, Dark Magic too. Yeah, that's a good one. Equilibrium, like that's going to be a huge nerf to Necromancy, especially early game. I use that thing all the time. There's also auras like dedicated Slayer. Makes Slayer tasks complete slower. Yeah, like that could be like the silver jewelry that they added in old school. I forget what they're called, but like Expeditious Bracelet. Then the Slaughter one, I think. Where you can either get a kill, have a chance of the kill counting as 2, or have a chance of the kill not counting. Like it could be replaced with things like that. Where it's the exact same thing, but not an hourly timed thing, or even just purchased with like points you gain for having membership for a while. I guess I see the concern. Like you do want them to have some alternatives. They need that. The issue is that you can stack them together right now. If they delete it now, can't stack them anymore. Yeah, it's I think they can replace it. It's just whether they replace it up front or not. I think they really need to. Like it would kind of feel bad to just have them completely deleted and we have to wait months or a year, years to get some alternative. I wonder, does the Ring of Life even work in here? I probably should have been teleported away right there. Yeah, Aegis Aura too. Yeah, like I use Aegis Aura, I used to for Raziel all the time. Yeah, there's a lot of auras. And it would be kind of surprising that they would replace all of them. But even if like combat was a little bit harder because of not having all these auras, would that be a bad thing? You know, I don't know. I just think the whole design around the auras it's bad, but the rewards or the buffs from them are maybe fine. It'll be good to see what they actually have in mind for the aura overhaul. I thought it was going to be, well, that it could possibly be like implemented in a new skill like astrology or something, but apparently not, since it's not on the roadmap. I could be completely wrong about the new skill. Another kill. Let's see what we got. Cannonballs. Yeah, these pretty good loot. Alkables, crafting XP. It's all good. Yeah, if it's too hard, they can nerf the boss. True. It's just I couldn't imagine like designing what they're doing right now. There's so much balancing to keep in mind. It sounds like a disaster. Like they're basically building combat systems from the ground up right now. I guess they're kind of keeping some abilities, but they're, I don't know, deleting a bunch, completely reworking some. Yeah, there's a lot to factor in. It's definitely a risky play, but you know, hopefully it works out. They do have good intention. Like the start of their blog that they posted yesterday, like just talks about their vision basically, which I think is great. Just make the game combat simpler in general, remove a lot of the friction points. How long will I stream today? Undecided. We'll see. No plans on ending it just yet. But normally my streams in the past have been like 3 to 4 hours. A few longer ones. I've been meaning to stream the hardcore for a while too. So now just finally got around to it. Basically on the hardcore, I guess my plan right now is defeat some more Gate of Elidinis. And I need to get crafting up. I don't actually know what crafting level I need, but the goal is create the alteration necklace, I think. So just quickly check. Which needs a moonstone necklace, which is 77 crafting. And then, so that just helps your necromancy rituals. And then the plan is just train necromancy through some rituals. I did unlock the Ungale ritual site, which I think is really cool. Like having a tier 3 ritual site before level 90. It's not something most accounts would go for because it does need 86 archaeology. But it is kind of cool having access to that before unlocking like the main one here in So I'll train some necromancy through that. And go for tier, what is it, tier 80? Tier 90 necro gear. And then I'm basically ready for Zuck, I think. Debating whether or not to go for curses. I think I'm going to go try and defeat Zuck without. It's definitely doable. Also debating invention, because I just need 80 crafting for invention. I just don't know how useful the early game perks will be. So we'll see. I thought about doing some dual streams on YouTube and Twitch. Wondering what you guys think of that. I think I kind of prefer the streaming on YouTube, and even as like a viewer, I prefer watching YouTube streams. Maybe that's because I have YouTube Premium and there's no ads, but I don't know. potentially do the dual stream. We'll see. True, YouTube's VODs are so much better. I know there's a lot of pros and cons. I wish like the chat system was maybe a little bit better with YouTube. Yeah, definitely a lot of pros and cons. And since I mainly do YouTube, I mean, that's why I just stream on here. YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, triple stream. For some reason, Kick is not, like, RuneScape 3 is not popular on Kick. Old School is, because, like, there's Oda and a lot of the big streamers on there. But, yeah, for RuneScape 3, there's, like, hardly anyone. That's another kill. Let's see what we got. Alkables. Wonder if there's a way to get like air orbs for the battle staffs or something. Yeah, I didn't realize the GP was so good from this. Oh yeah, this boss is very soloable. I'd say most people don't do group at Gate of Elidinis. That's why I prefer it over Crosis. It's so hard finding groups for Crosis. Like on the public world, you can find a group, but it's like you'll fail the kill like 50% of the time. Oh yeah, definitely worth giving it a shot. I think it would have been nice if they maybe lowered the requirements for the gate. Like they're pretty high. It's really just the 86 archaeology requirement. You've avoided Crosis and other group bosses in general because you don't want to be the one that brings the team down. Well, you just have to learn the mechanics. Like Crosis is pretty straightforward. Well, that's just part of it. Like, I guess it's just important to find a group where they're okay with that. Like, there are people that they just enjoy teaching people bosses, and they're totally fine with. Well, they kind of expect, some people to screw up every now and again. But definitely hard with like some random group. What is my gate KC so far? Only 6. They're just so slow. Like the kills should be twice as fast. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go on a bit of a side mission for summoning. I guess the nice thing about just unlocking the gate though is it does give me that AFK crafting method. And that was the main reason to unlock it. It maybe wasn't so much to grind out a bunch of kills. Okay, we have just enough to get the kill. Kill number 7. Let's see what we get. Some cash. New PB. Actually a big PB, wow. Gotta get to that sub 5 minutes soon. Yeah, it would be crazy if I could get a unique from here. Let's just take a look. So, Runica Tuner would be nice later on, but definitely not needed. Memory Dowser would be amazing. Scripture of Elidinis would actually be really good. Like that gives a lot of really good XP when you're training any skill. I don't remember what the latent does. Not much. And Eclipse Soul, that would be really good to unlock. I could use it right now. It's 75 prayer, I think. Crit, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the rare silence stream. We're on the hardcore, just unlocked Gate of Elidinis, so doing a few kills there. I was saying I'm basically at the exact point where my GIM was. Just unlocked Gate of Elidinis. But yeah, no drop yet. Only 7 kills in. did get the Onyx, which is needed for the tier 90 necro upgrades. Yeah, so a few people in stream are mentioning how they saw that you were back as well. Back making the RuneScape 3 videos. Maybe some streams from yourself soon. Trying to figure out how to talk about the combat changes without writing an essay. Yeah, they are so complicated. In a way, I guess I was on Reddit this morning and someone was saying like they don't think these changes are making combat any less complicated. Like with all the different adrenaline gains and costs, whereas I guess in the current game it's just 15% for a threshold. All basics gain the same amount of adrenaline. It's in a way pretty standardized. So I don't know. I do like some of the changes, but definitely needs a lot more fine-tuning, I think. That was one of my bits of feedback I gave them too when I tested it out, was it would be nice to standardize the adren costs a little bit. Like even with necromancy, it's I guess necromancy just doesn't have that many abilities. But like there's a 20% cost and a 60% cost, and then there's Spectral Scythe, which is a bit different. Wazzy made a good video about it. Yeah, I haven't watched his video yet, but he would, I guess I saw some feedback he wrote down, but yeah, I didn't watch the video. He'd be a good person to give some feedback on it. Specific cost differences didn't feel too bad on the beta. But when you're playing with all the adren gains, you go up and down so fast, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Might need to slap on some armor on an RCP. Yeah, no, I'm not as familiar with magic or melee, but ranged seems to feel pretty good, just with the imbue shadows. I love that, just that idea, I guess, of the multi-hit theme. Yeah, no, imbued gales and imbued shadows is very fun. It does maybe add more switches to the game, like to try and get multi-hit, especially if they, well, depends on what they do with chroming maybe, but you don't enjoy imbued gales. I think it could add some uniqueness. I don't mind like a damage buff ability. I kind of like that too, that they're making like more buff abilities like that for like those two for ranged. There's that runic one for magic. Like I think that's pretty cool. You're scared when you saw it was a longish buff, the same cooldown. I thought it was going to be a boring maintenance buff, but now it acts as a damage window starter, which is really fun. Yeah, I agree. If Blood Tendrils is gone, wouldn't that make the dig site quest reward weird? Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to rework all that. You think it needs higher duration? Yeah, I think I saw someone else suggest that the duration should be a bit higher too. It does seem a bit weird to use, like, and especially because the global cooldown's faster, like you have to really spam abilities when you use it, I think. So, yeah, I get that part. And some people were saying it's weird having like just the normal abilities like Blood Siphon where there's no adren cost or gain. But I didn't feel that was too bad at all or anything. It's definitely going to change the way how people play a lot. Some people just don't like change, right? So yeah, I do think they're still trying to cut down on Switchscape, but it's just hard, especially for ranged. Kill number 8. Very bad time, 7 minutes. Some crafting supplies, alcohols. If their plan was to switch EOF reliance for range, this beta update reversed it. Yeah. Currently covers 2 global cooldowns plus rapid fire, which feels good. Is that how it works? Like if you use rapid fire on the last tick of that buff, does it last for the whole rapid fire? Snipe and corruption shot felt pretty awkward to press. I've never liked snipe. You have to rapid fire first or second. Okay, yeah. I guess that's probably what you would do too, is you'd use it within your imbued shadows buff, and then you'd use imbued gales right before you rapid fire. Maybe even if you have the adrenaline, a dead shot would be good in there. Daniel, you feel like after 100 kills at gate, you never want to go back? Yeah, assuming you didn't get a drop, then it is a bit of an annoying boss. Oh, when rapid fire ends, you have the same buff duration left as when it started? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of unique changes to it. I still haven't tried it. Like, I guess I just tried the early beta they had during my visit. It doesn't seem like range changed too much from the beta I tried, though. Probably slightly. Gale outside of Rapid feels weak. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's not too many multi-hit abilities. Could be good before Kriko, maybe. Or Dead Shot. Yeah, my Ring of Life definitely doesn't work here, which is good. Yeah, I don't think there were any changes to the defense and HP abilities yet. I'd imagine that they are going to change those, though. Like, if there's no thresholds for the combat styles, they should just remove it for defense abilities as well. I'm a bit concerned of the timeline. Like, I guess I was under the impression that this combat change was going to go live pretty soon based on the roadmap. There's a lot of changes. Yeah, melee really needs some love. I think the flurry change was nice. Maybe needs some more healing from it, though. Yeah, the EZK had that big change to it, too. Can't spell loss without the LT. Welcome to the stream. So you love this series? Oh, really? Made you try out RS3 for the first time? Made a game with some friends a few days ago and loving it? That's awesome. Yeah, good luck on the grind. It is very fun with a group of friends. I'd say probably the best way to play. Yeah, I've been trying to focus on some early game guides lately. Because I do think there are a lot of people trying RuneScape out for like the first time. Is it good money making here? It's yeah, it's pretty good, I guess. Like, I guess if you're looking at kills or GP per kill, it might be like 2 mil on average. If you factor in the big drops, because it does drop the memory dowser, and that sells for like 700 mil. But it's like a 1 in 480 or something. You really think they should archive the current combat system and make it another legacy mode toggle? I don't think they should complicate things like that. Definitely an option, but then they have to balance 2 combat styles. Or they just make one of them bad, like Legacy is right now. I legit always just had some kind of hate towards RS3, but I was like, I don't know why I hate it. Oh, so you probably played old school before then? Because yeah, that just is generally the sentiment towards it. But you know, it's legitimately a good game, and more people should give it a shot, especially with like microtransactions gone. That's a huge pain point that's removed. Hopefully, all the other friction is removed, like DailyScape and everything, very soon. Yeah, it's a good game to try, and it's nice with old school where like your account shares membership. I kind of like that because I play both. Yeah, you've played RuneScape for like 20 years, but when EOC came out, you said no. Yeah, that's basically what a lot of people have done. And if you've watched, like, I think it was No Monkey's video, he made like a video about RuneScape's RuneScape 3's roadmap. He was basically saying the same thing. Like, I think he was like, or maybe that was theory wise. Like, a lot of old school players just dismiss RuneScape 3 for having a really bad combat system, but you know that was like 2013, and it's actually pretty good now. Thinking about creating an iron on RS3, yeah, definitely worth it. I think a lot of people like iron and feel it's the best way to play. I kind of agree. Although this is maybe my highest level iron. This is my GIM maybe. But it is enjoyable getting the upgrades yourself. Yeah, there are some really fun grinds. And I'm hoping with Haven Hype and everything, it adds some more early to mid game grinds. Because right now it's like it's very focused on the end game, and it's like you want to try and bypass the early game as fast as possible. We just got to keep Chev away from the quests on the GIM next time. Yeah, the quest burned him out, didn't it? Shouldn't have given Chev the Herblore grind. And he nearly had it completed too, sort of. Got like he got while Gothic Sleep's done. Like that's a huge quest line. Oh, he wanted it. What was he thinking? Then he went insane trying to get heroes. Yeah, yeah, it's because it's so hard to get them. They need to change that, make it easier. Maybe the game could be revived with all these updates going on. Birdhouses could be a pretty good way to get some seeds going forward. You basically replaced them for the Herblore grind too, didn't you? Oh, no, yeah, that guy, that Seeker boss, he has a lot of good Iron Man upgrades, or Iron Man loot, I guess. The Seeker Amulet's a pretty good upgrade too. Like just bosses like that, that's what they need to add. A ton of mid-game seeds. 10 kills. And no unique. Even this boss is decent Iron Man supplies. You saw that amulet and you were initially interested, but then realized it was like 2 levels worth of accuracy. Oh, is that it? I thought it was more. Yeah. I guess it is like, it would be good for really early game maybe. But that boss, I don't know, maybe it could be done fairly early. Struggling to think of which boss. Next is the obvious defense wall, but she needs tiered 90, and that point, yeah, Reaper's Neck is an option. Yeah, like a lot of the bosses are like kind of end game. Like you kind of need tier, at least tier 80, tier 90. Yeah, it'd be nice if they did something like old school where you know, Perilous Moves is such a good boss. My god, I got the mining pet. What? I didn't even know you could get that in here. Cool, cool. A first skilling pet on the account. Yeah, Nex is a bit of a difficult boss for like tier 80. Oh shoot. Thank you, thank you. Why is the Runic Tuner like 1/10 the price of the Memory Dowser? Probably just because the Memory Dowser is so great for divination. It really is the drop people want. Like people probably don't do much rune crafting. Is I guess what I would think. I love the Runic Tuner, honestly. I think it's a pretty fun way to train rune crafting. But yeah, a lot of people don't train rune crafting. Memory Dowser is so good for AFKing. I really wish the drops from this boss were more common. Like I think having a 1 in 480 is kind of crazy. I just hope I'm not like those people on Reddit that post like 1k KC and no Memory Dowser, sometimes even no drops. Yeah, that's basically it. People just don't want to train rune crafting. I made a Runic Tuner video like when they completely changed it. And I actually really enjoyed training rune crafting. I think I gained like 10 or 15 million rune crafting XP just making that video. And that big XP drop like on the 50th run. Just feels so good. Time for another kill. Oh, we actually got a moonstone. That's really good. I wanted to make all the moonstone jewelry once I got the crafting level. And that's our 4th moonstone, so I think we're good. Where's that Onyx? Let's put the Onyx, organize the bank a little. There. All right. Yeah, I think the moonstone was like 1 in 80, 1 in 90. It's a pretty decent drop. I have a solution for you have a solution for rune crafting. Rework essences to be stackable. Make crafting runes to be 10 to 50 at a time through the make X interface. You definitely make a lot more runes that way. I just love the way the runic tuner works. I wish you could do that without the runic tuner in a way. Like, it's such a good skilling offhand, it completely changes the way you would train it. Like, rather than just going back and forth to one altar, you just go to whatever it says. I'm not a big fan of the make X interface as a training method too. I don't know. That is one option though, like something like Dale Essence in old school. Like you make more runes with this better essence. Because like we haven't really gotten a new essence in the game. I gotta look up a better way to get charms, like summoning charms on the account now. Now that our Glacier's been nerfed, like this last year. Could train Slayer like back in the day. Slayer's so weird. Like I guess I've done a few Slayer tasks, but I haven't really trained the skill at all. I'm level 63. Like it's just fully through Reaper tasks, basically. I do want to try and get the like a dragon task and start fighting story mode Vorkath. It's like 30k per kill. 30k Slayer XP or something. Oh, true, fairy traders. Yeah, I've considered getting thieving up. It's a great way to get a lot of that stuff like AFK, but I guess leveling thieving would take a while. Because fairy traders are like level 110 or something. Maybe there are lower level ones actually. Yeah, 113, but maybe there is a lower one. I don't know, I might have to look into that. Yeah, runecrafting and agility, I guess, are fairly similar. A lot of running around. I kind of like, I kind of like runecrafting. I don't know. Like runecrafting with the runic tuner is fun, in my opinion. I guess without the runic tuner, not as fun. Yeah, I kind of like Abyss runecrafting runs, especially with the archaeology relic, where you can teleport to the middle. More cannonballs, more GP. About to get an agility level. Yeah, I like that I'm training some really annoying skills. Like, it's a pretty good training method for the mid-game, I'd say. You like the Necro runes? Yeah, similar thing. I guess just rune crafting runs. It's nice that they have a few teleports to make it a little faster. Necrotic, what are they called? Anima stones or something? Those are nice too. Yeah, that's true. Like, It could use a little bit more mechanics around it, maybe. That's what a lot of RuneScape is, just, I don't know, some simple things, just monotonous, repetitive things. Maybe that's why I like the Runic Tuner so much. It's like it does change things a little bit, just going to different altars. Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with like any unique gear. Except for the common one, like the Latent Offering. That one sucks. Yeah, Abyss can be click intensive. Pretty sure you've seen people teleporting between Fishing Hub and the Necrorin spot. Yeah, the Fishing Hub spot is right next to a bank. So that would make sense. Teleport with the Grace of the Elves. Yep. It might be the closest bank teleport, actually. Did they say just the combat style skills are going to 120, or are they also going to bump defense, HP, prayer, summoning? I would assume that it's just, well, defense is included. I don't think HP. That's a good question. Yeah, they didn't say. I guess they didn't say. Definitely not prayer and summoning though. At least I wouldn't think they would do that. I'll say maybe not defense either. Oh my god. Okay, well, at least I got to try that part out. The dying. Ah, okay. Safe deaths here. Safe deaths. Yeah, that part's so weird with hardcore. Is like some places are safe deaths and some aren't. I was gonna have to do it for the crafting method anyway, at least to make it more AFK. Just craft until you die. Or get saved by Icthlorin. Any tips on getting Arc to 86 for this? Yeah, you really just... No tips, really, honestly. Just follow the wiki. They have like a level up table, shows you how many artifacts to get at each spot. It's just a grind. It's either that, or you can skip it with penguin points if you want to do the penguin weekly D&D. So I guess that's something you could do. But again, it would take probably like a few months to skip it, depending on what level you are. Yeah, the only real skip for archaeology is the penguin points, I think. That and the Halloween event. Wait till next Halloween. Although they might not do things like that. I kind of hope they don't. Like seasonal events, I don't think should have really good skilling AFK skilling methods. But yeah, true. Like, you are punished for skipping the skill. Like, when I go back to train archaeology, I'm gonna have to go back to some low-level spots and just get the artifacts there. I'm kind of fine with it though. Like, you will dig them up faster because you have better matics, so there is that. But you will have to do those spots anyway. Yeah, I kind of, I guess I started a hardcore because there's no, like, if I die, it just turns into an Iron Man. It is what it is. I definitely want to try to avoid dying. But yeah, defeat Zuck, get pretty far. But at some point, you know, if I'm going to take on some pretty tough bosses, I don't know, there are ways to kind of avoid dying, like Ring of Life, which is why I didn't proc, probably. Safe death. But yeah, Ring of Life helps with if you get booted off the game or something. Because you'll most likely get teleported out, unless you get like insta-killed with a big hit. But yeah, I plan on bringing like Ring of Death to a lot of encounters, and if that procs, I will just teleport out. The scary bosses are going to be hardcore Archelaus, Telos, like bosses where you can't teleport out. That will be quite scary. Yeah, penguin points on Herblore is a good idea. I have quite a few penguin points on this account that just haven't used. But yeah, probably will use it on Herblore. I also just don't like doing the weekly D&D, so I've kind of stopped doing the penguin weekly. Right, yeah, defense cape on the Anachronia base camp is huge too. Like, there's a lot of things to avoid deaths. Like, you'll have your defense cape for an automatic sign of life, and then your Ring of Death. So there's a lot of bosses where, like, they're scary, but if you proc the Ring of Death, you just teleport out. So it's only bosses where you can't teleport out that would be just ultra scary, and I could see that's where you'd lose the hardcore. Especially once they remove Death Touch darts. That's what my plan would be, is just bring a Death Touch dart or a few of them in to like Telos or Raxor. Probably works on hard mode Arclacer, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, and you can get more lives. Yeah, that's a bit of a controversial topic. I kind of think they shouldn't have extra lives on a hardcore. Like, when you're dead, you're dead. But I guess I get it. The escape crystal, like what old school does, maybe makes more sense. And this boss is punishing right now. Nice. 73 agility. Let's see what we get for loot. Not great. We go again. Made the mistake of making yours a hardcore. Well, yeah, like I said, the nice thing is if you die, like, it just gets converted to a normal iron. So just see how long you make. You're a hardcore Ironman main over 3k total level. You take all the precautions before doing anything. Yeah, like, in a way, I guess it makes sense why people can last on a hardcore, but it's also a pain too, right? Like, to always have to take those precautions. Like, you probably can't AFK very much. Like, maybe the Ring of Life. Like, I guess I'm comfortable AFKing in the Abyss with the Ring of Life on, but yeah, it's a bit annoying, and there's always that fear in your back of your mind. Back when they lock your account permanently after you die in a hardcore was really weird. Yeah, that was really weird. I definitely wouldn't have chosen hardcore then. I was even concerned. There was a period of time where if you were a hardcore and you died, you like lost some of your best gear, and then you'd convert back to an iron. I think that was the case for a little bit, but they fixed that. So now you literally just convert to an iron, just claim your gear from death. Wings, you're a mistake-prone player, so you die on hardcore fast. Yeah, I mean, just gotta be careful. But yeah, it's scary playing on a hardcore at times. Oh, you're debating hardcore again, Kritya? Nice. I was watching your hardcore series for a while. That'd be interesting to see you take another go at it. You had a lot done too, right? Like the vampire quest line, I think done. Might be worth trying when combat is fixed or better in the early game, especially. Yeah, good idea to wait for the changes. That's the weird thing right now. Like it seems really fun to start a new account, but it would be good to wait for a lot of those changes. Especially Quest Helper. Yeah, you didn't use Necro last time, so you were doing a hard mode run. Really, a hard mode hardcore. Oh, did they lower the crafting requirement for Ganodermic? That would be pretty big. I started a hardcore on old school, I think last year too, but died like embarrassingly early. One of the quest monsters, I would even call it a boss. Yeah, I think you just got to be familiar with a lot of it to stay alive, which I'm not with old school. Do we think we'll see a fletching rework similar to the mining smithy rework a few years back? I doubt it. I think if they were going to do that, they would have with the 110 fletching rework or fletching update. Yeah, I wish they did, but probably not. I think I made a video like a few years ago about like some design document that someone created for fletching and woodcutting rework. There are some pretty good ideas for it. Who knows though? Maybe they do it when they switch or when they add 120 fletching. That's impressive. You've had a hardcore for a very long time. Over 10 years. And I don't think I would last that long. I also don't want to like avoid doing certain bosses just because it's a hardcore, I guess. You still have all your lives? All right, let's see what we get. Nothing. Yeah, the cannonballs, I guess, are nice. A lot of these supplies are going to be decent to have. Yeah, it was interesting that they actually just discussed stalling. Sounds like they want to keep it to stay. Oh, you lost one of your lives to Arc Laser? Yeah. That's fair. That sucks. That's definitely happened to me on my main, just a server lag and you can't get the prayer up. Yeah, the manuscripts will be kind of huge if I can get this book. I never thought of that. You can like go low heat smithing and just wait for the book to proc. What's my KC now anyway? Only 14. Yeah, I think we'll do one more. I need to upgrade some things, make the kill times faster. I guess that's just a beast of burden and tank gear. It's really all I can think of. At least some immediate upgrades. Oh, you've been contemplating dropping your hardcore? Yeah, like, ooh. Yeah, mask it would be very scary on a hardcore. I guess you can just teleport out, like if your Ring of Death procs or something. But yeah, still. And it's group content, so you wouldn't maybe want to do that with a team. I don't know. I would try, like personally, I try not to ever just drop it on purpose. Like talk to whatever the guy's name is and just give it up. I'd like to just challenge myself and just do a mask it. And if I die, like, it is what it is. But yeah, I guess after 10 years, that'd be pretty hard. Ouch. Yeah, I'll probably be trying out the beta later tonight and possibly make a video on it. So probably, I guess I'd probably upload that sometime early tomorrow. We'll see. I'd like to try it out though. Hey, thanks for stopping by the stream. Kick Lesu 1172. Have a good night. You're not a high-end PVMer and have a lot to learn, but no one ever wants to bring hard stuff. Really? You'd think they would be fine with it if you accept the risk, but I guess I get it. There's just added pressure on them. Mm. So you must be pretty high on the hardcore high scores too, then. Because I'd like to take a look at that, and there's not very many hardcores. Like I think this account is like a top 10K or something. Top 300, top 250 still alive. Very nice. Yeah, it's nice that you would, I guess, keep that like rank too in a way. If you die, you just get your name crossed out. Yeah, I'd imagine there are some like hardcore clans that do things like that. It'd be hard though. Like, do you have a main maybe that you can do a mask with? It'd be scary learning bosses on a hardcore. Yeah, true. If someone passes you, you'd get bumped down, but still, you know, you'd be up there for a while. You don't have another account high enough. Yeah, that would be very scary then. I could see you wanting to potentially get rid of the hardcore status. Especially if you figured you'd have more fun without, right? Oh, you're top 2,500? Yeah, there really isn't very many. Like, if you have a 3,000 total level, you're probably top 1,000. I don't know. Pretty high. So that's kind of nice. Like, I guess I see hardcore as just like a challenge mode. You're still rank 1,135 and died before Necro. Yeah, there really aren't very many people um, that have played hardcore. It's probably so different with old school. Yeah, maybe if all these updates go well and the game grows, could definitely see some people doing some hardcores. Yeah, so like 2,600 in your top 2,500 on the high scores. Yeah, no, it lets you just play on a normal iron after if you die. It just gets rid of the status. Yeah, it is very different on old school. I kind of like playing on both too. Like I have two accounts right now. And I'll play RS3 on one, old school on the others at times. Yeah, no. Originally, when they came out with hardcore and your account died, you just couldn't log in anymore. And that was around for a while, I think. But then they changed it so you can log in and you're just a normal Iron Man. It's kind of wild they just deleted your account in the first place. Like especially if you died to like some bug or some server lag or something. Yeah, definitely a good change. I feel like even dead hardcores could like log into their account even if they died basically and got their account locked. Yeah, locked. Yeah, not deleted. Yeah. So that would have been a nice for a lot of people, a lot of dead hardcores. Yeah, okay. Yeah, after the change, all those accounts were unlocked. Yeah, I probably would have never done hardcore if your account is just deleted or locked if you die. So much risk on that. But since, like, there isn't that much risk. Like, you just lose this cool red skull, which I absolutely love. It's not that bad if you die. There's almost 230k hardcores on the high score. Is that for RuneScape 3, really? It's maybe a little more than I thought there would be. I guess a lot of them just died early. $85 mining. Yeah, the 3 lives are also different. Yep, this Gate of Elidinis is a safe death. So that's why it's going to be my crafting method. I'll just craft here until I get, quote, killed or saved by this guy here. Yeah, that part's weird too, that there are just certain safe deaths. I guess it kind of makes sense, like, lore-wise. Like, he says he saved you. Same with normal mode Arc Glacier. You get saved. Yeah, I think the RS guy's hardcore is up there pretty high. He's maxed too, right? So pretty good total level probably. Oh, he's 381. Yeah, I've watched Rayo's Legacy Locked Iron Man. That is a really good watch. His editing is top tier. I'm not a big fan of the Legacy game mode, but it's a pretty cool restriction for like for a video series. Yeah, just max 99s. Those drops are like decent, like almost 400k and just alkables. Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna have to buy some bank boosters at some point. Will the current legacy mode still be called legacy if the current combat system is about to become the new legacy system? Yeah, good question. I don't know. I mean, I think they're really just gonna totally change our current combat system. Probably won't keep it. Yeah, legacy's so weird in the game. It's just definitely super outdated. The completions do get a little faster as I level up. Like a higher mining level will allow me to get some of the shards or whatever faster. You're rank 142 on normal Iron Man in RS3. Yeah, that's wild. Almost max XP. I wonder, like, how many Iron Men are max XP then? You'd think there'd be more, but that is very impressive. I think it's like people don't create as many accounts on RuneScape 3 as they do in old school. That's what it seems. Like old school, it seems like everyone has a main, an iron, and a group iron. And content creators might have like 10 or 20 accounts. There's 136 with 5.8. You must be very close to 5.8 then. Yeah. Fair. Yeah. 200 mil XP is probably crazy, isn't it? Only 24 hardcores with max XP. That would be pretty cool to get there. You'd be front page. There's one spot open for front page. Oh, you only have runecrafting left and sitting in Runespan for 300k an hour? Do you have the Runica tuner? Because I found the XP with that was pretty good. Definitely active though. Yeah, that's true. They would be skiller hardcores. I really wish there was a boss high score. Like, that would be so cool. I don't know why they haven't added that. Oh, you were getting 1.6 mil per hour? Just when AFK, fair enough. Yeah, the runespan is pretty decent AFK. Okay. I always sit so low HP. Yeah, there are some titles for bossing. That would be, yeah, really cool to see. And there definitely are some hardcores with it. Well, I would think. Maybe not. Insane final boss. Yeah, dropping hardcore status would be... It's a hard decision. Some more GP. Yeah, I'd probably do the same. Like, I'd try and keep the hardcore as long as possible. But yeah, it's hard. With mine, I'm going to try not to shy away from some hard PVM. And if I lose it, I lose it. But I guess if I had 10 years into it, yeah, it definitely make you not want to do some hard bosses. There's always the option to start up a new Iron Man. With the new changes coming, it could be fun. Probably haven't done the early game in a very long time. Cody, thanks for the channel membership. Welcome. Yeah, I get that. It's the extra pressure and anxiety, which can be draining. Yeah. And like you said, hard to find teams that will do like a mascot with you. 10 years Questcape, almost comp, yeah. Single life for me. Yeah, that's quite the question. Yeah, yeah. She's gonna dump you over that hardcore any day, yeah. Yeah, I would be calling back later. Yeah, you would get it, right? 10 years on the account and one mistake just ruins the status. Yeah. What is my overall plan for the hardcore? Well, first, I'm really just going for normal mode Zuck, get that Zuck cape. That's the first goal, so I'm getting pretty close to taking Zuck on. I think I just want tier 90 weapons and tank gear. So I'm going to complete that task. I'm at tier 80 right now. And so I really just need crafting, I guess. Crafting from the gate. I need 80 prayer to do Greg for the tier 90 task. And then I might be ready to send it, honestly. It would be cool to get the prayer codex from Gate of Elidinis, but I don't think I'm going to go for Soul Split before Zuck. Would make things much easier, but I think it'll be fine. And then after that, we'll see. You know, there's always Raziel gear. just lots of bosses. I guess eventually I probably will die. I've kind of accepted that. Like I said, I don't want to shy away from some of the hard content. I don't even want to delay things too much either. Like, I could wait and get Soul Split and, I don't know, better gear and everything, but yeah, we'll see. I might play it as an Iron after if I die. Depends. Depends. Oh yeah, Memory Dowser would be huge to get here. I don't know. I'm not really expecting to get anything, honestly. I don't need any of it, I guess, for my current goal of Zuck. It's all good for later. But yeah, I might continue the Iron if I die. Depends on if people are still interested. I'm probably, I'd consider starting a new hardcore, but that would have to be until after the changes, and I definitely wouldn't use necromancy. So I guess it all depends a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I'm at that point where, like, I would never play the main again. I still kind of like the main. Like, I just got comp on it. I'm still not, like, well, I'm not familiar with a lot of bosses, so I think I want to maybe learn them on the main at some point. Like, I only have one Virago KC, or I might go for, like, combat achievements or something. Yeah, would you guys be interested in just a regular Iron Man series if I do happen to die? And maybe I would just do it as sort of a long-term thing, like maybe not upload as often for it, but whenever I have some significant progress. Yeah, you guys enjoy progression series? I do too, and there really isn't any, I don't think. Like, Rayo's would be maybe the big one, but it's legacy locked. Yeah, you'd send the regular iron. Yeah, I think I probably will. It would open up a lot too. Like, you wouldn't have that fear of dying. I feel like I would maybe play a lot more. Even just AFK, because even like AFKing right now in a hardcore is a bit scary for combat. Yeah, I just really don't want to die on the hardcore before Zuck. That is like the one thing. I would be so disappointed. If I did die at Zuck or before Zuck, I maybe would restart, probably would. But once I get that, then I'm maybe satisfied. Maybe I go for hard mode Zuck on the hardcore. We'll see. Oh, you just finished watching the 12-hour Nooblet series? Yeah, he did that a really long time ago, I think. But yeah, it would be cool to have like a compilation video like that. I think that's my plan for for when I get to Zuck. Make some compilation and then continue from there. I'm really hoping the game like grows quite a bit too, because that is possible. Road to best in slot for all combat styles after the update on Iron Man. Yeah, I like RS guy did that on his, well, the whole group did that on their group Ironman last year. Something like that would be cool. Maybe maybe a new group Ironman or starts up. Maybe the group wants to continue on or make a new group. That's always a possibility. But I do like just the Ironman game mode and progression series. They're fun to make. Yeah, we were in the group. Chef called it the Yappers. So that's the group name. But yeah, it was Chivalric, Iraxer, Kritya, and Kristen, who I guess has a smaller YouTube channel on Twitch. Yeah, we just stopped slowly. Members just slowly dropped on it, I guess. The game wasn't in a great spot either. So I think there just wasn't that motivation to continue. But yeah, my group Ironman is essentially at this very spot, like very similar stats. I guess higher necromancy and better gear, but this is essentially where I stopped on the group Ironman. So, maybe that gets picked up again after all the changes and everything. I think a big thing would be RuneLight or plugins, Quest Helper. That would be huge. Because none of us like doing quests. Gretchen maybe liked them the most. But yeah, that could be fun. Just restart that. All right, let's see what we get. Still nothing. That's a really bad drop. That is kill number 19. Let's do one more, make it an even 20. Yeah, I'm really not expecting anything. I'm probably just over 100 kills, maybe 120 kills at the gate, like across my 3 accounts. No drops yet on either account, so I'd like to think I'm due. Yeah, I hope that happens to some bigger old school YouTubers and streamers. Try RS3. I think there have been like some talks about that. Like maybe if all these changes they're talking about on the roadmap go well, I could see that. I could see some people starting an old school or a RuneScape 3 group iron, or probably a group iron. Maybe it's an individual iron. You've done 800, didn't get the book until 785, but 3 dowsers, 3 tuners. I'd be happy with that. I guess you don't need that many, but still pretty lucky, actually. You think Foe will try when Farmers V3 is done? When do they finish that? Like, it's a hardcore group. Do they just go until they die? Or how did their last 2 iterations of the Farmers go? But yeah, I could see Foe maybe playing it. Deaths end the series. Any idea if they have any deaths so far? So I guess they get 5. Yeah, they have a few. I don't think any of that will start like until next year. Next year would be the earliest, I would imagine. You know, they'd need things like plugins and to see all the friction points taken out. They have 3 out of 5 lives left. And not bad. Probably last a while then. You think when the new raids and old school hype comes down, full play RS3 Iron Man? Maybe. I'd like to see it. I didn't watch too much of his League stream, some of it, but I don't know what he said about it. Maybe he said he was like actually, you know, maybe interested in RS3. Yeah, there's no hardcore group iron on RS3. I'd like to see them add that. I think it'd be such a good idea to add that, like once all of these rebalances are done, add some entry point for people. And the entry point, I guess, will probably end up being something like Fresh Start Worlds, but Hardcore Group Iron could be an option too. Oh, did he really say that? That after Farmers, he'll most likely play RS3 Iron Man? Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of good things to the game that I think just a lot of old school players just totally dismiss. I guess they couldn't look past the combat and microtransactions. Nice divination level. Part of the reason why I like this boss on Iron, mid-game Iron that is. Yeah, RS3 just needs to fix its game from early game into mid-game. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, people that try RuneScape and make it to the end game, it is really fun. There's a lot of pretty cool upgrades. And really, it's like ability upgrades. Like, that's just something old school can never have, really. You could argue it's like a spec weapon or something, but yeah, that would be huge. Seeing some big streamers like that, like you can think, I think it'd be similar to what happened to old school this past year with WoW streamers. Like the player count hit record highs. Yeah, it could definitely happen with RuneScape 3. Like I'm pretty optimistic about it right now. And I think most players are. It's pretty exciting. All right, 20th gate kill. Still nothing. All right, I guess we'll try again later. So I think I'm going to end the stream here, but thank you guys for watching. It was a ton of fun. I'm going to try and stream a lot more often, probably on the hardcore. And I'm getting close to taking on Zuck, so we're getting there. Yeah. and lots of YouTube videos coming. Again, if you guys want to join the Discord or the clan, just we'll just hop in the Discord and message me, and I'll send you an invite for the clan. Sort of restarting it. It's not that big right now. But if you just want to join the Discord too, that'd be great. Anyway, see you guys in the next stream or the next video. And yeah, thanks for stopping by.